Hello everyone, welcome you all to this video. So from this video onwards, we are going to discuss the model paper solutions of both set 1 and set 2 which are pending, that is module 4 and module 5. So I'm going to do separate videos for all the separate questions. So this is 7th question, 7A, B, C. I'm going to do it in this one video of model paper 1 of module 4. Okay. So the name of the module is Numerical Methods 1. This module 4 and module 5 are completely calculation based subjects based on the formula. There are no much methods involved. Directly, if you understand the calculation steps, easily you could be solving the problems in module 4 as well as module 5. Okay. So in one video, I'm going to do one question at a time of both the sets of model paper 1 and 2. Okay, of both module 4 and 5. So in this video, I'm going to discuss about the 7A, 7B, 7C questions of model paper 1. So this notes I've already put it in my description. Go and access it. Both module 4 and 5, all the model paper solutions are available there. Okay, download it and access it. Okay. So I've already solved this and kept. I'm just going to explain it about how to solve the problems. So let us start with the first question, 7A. So the question here is, find the real root of the equation. That is, they've given the equation as x log base 10x is equal to 1.2. By the method of regular falsy, or it is also called as false position method. Okay, so there are two names for this, either false position or regular falsy. Okay, so any one of the name is mentioned, you should be knowing that both are same. Between 2 to 3 iterations means steps, how many steps you should need to be doing, correct up to 4 decimal places. That is, after calculation, whatever value you get, you should be considering the 4 decimal places after the decimal point. Okay, so that's why they have mentioned correct up to 4 decimal places. So let us solve this question. I've already solved it. I'm explaining it to you how to solve it using this method. Solution. First write the given equation, that is f of x is equal to x log base 10x minus 1.2 is equal to 0. So I will just put this 1.2 to other side so that it would be minus 1.2, that is equal to 0. So now this equation, you should be considering firstly the two values of a and b. Okay, these a and b are constants which you need to be replacing by x here. So such a way that you should be calculating the value of f of a as well as f of b, such that one should be positive and one should be negative. So that is the rule of this regular falsy method. Until then, you should be varying the values of a and b continuously until you get the positive the sign change values. Okay, so you see here in this case, I've tried many values, but for a is equal to 2.5 and b is equal to 3, I've got the value of f of a as negative and f of b as positive. Okay, both positives or both negatives are not considered. One positive and one negative should be there. So hope it is clear how to do it. So how did I get this value without any calculation? Calculation is, you should be knowing some steps involved in the calculator. Okay, so that I'm going to tell you now. See here. Firstly, this is the calculator you need to be using, scientific calculator. Hope you know this. So here first you click on mode setup. Then here you see here the equation option is there, right? That number 5 is there. So click number 5. Now you have this set of options for equations. Okay. So these are for equations. Now how to write this equation? To write this equation, it's simple. You see here the close bracket, above that one sign is there, that is in pink color. They have mentioned it as x, right? So for that x you should be pressing alpha and this, so that x would be there here. And next if you have log base 10, you should be remembering that log base 10 is always log and log base e is always ln. Okay, so there is a difference between log and ln that you need to be knowing. Okay, so they have asked here log, so directly write log, then again x alpha close bracket, close it, minus 1.2. Okay, so this is our equation. Now you press this calc button CALC. Okay, this you press. Now it would be asking the values of the respective value of x here. Okay, so first I've in this case I've tried many values. Now let us check for this value only, 2.5. So I'm putting 2.5 here and pressing equal to sign. After that, you see here, this is the value which I've got here, the same thing. Okay, minus 0.2051. Again, if you want to check for another value, press again equal to, again it would be asking the x value. The second case I've taken 3, right? So press 3 equal to, and this is the new value which I've got, that is 0.231 36. So I've told you up to 4 decimal places. So the 5th decimal place is 6, which is greater than 5. So I've just rounded it off and estimated the 4th decimal place as 4. Okay. So like that I've got the values of f of a and f of b. So hope it is clear. Now you should be performing the first iteration, that is this x1. Okay. So how to calculate x1? We have a formula, that is direct formula. x1 is equal to a into f of b minus b into f of a divided by f of b minus f of a. Nothing much to do. Whatever you have got here, substitute. In place of a you write 2.5, f of b is 0.2314, minus b is 3, and f of a is minus 0.2051 divided by 0.2314 plus 0.2051. So do the simplification here. After simplifying, you will be getting our x1 as 2.7349. So this is after first iteration what you have got. Now for this you should be calculating the f of x1. That is, in this equation now you should be substituting the value, this value. Okay. So see here again I am doing it now. So this is the equation, right? In this again press calc button. It should be asking for x value. In this case what we have got here, 2.7349. Okay. Now press equal to. So this is the new value which I have got, that is 10 to the power minus 3, and it is minus 5. So minus 0.00508 is the value which I have got. Okay. So this is for first iteration. Now again you see here f of x1 value we have got it as negative this time. So since it is negative, it is not changing its sign. So you should be continuing with the same formula for the second iteration also. Okay. So that is x2 is equal to x1 into f of b minus b into f of x1 divided by f of b minus f of x1. Same thing substituted, x1 value substitute, f of b, f of x1, whatever you have got substituted, and after second iteration we are getting the answer as 2.7405. You should be repeating these iterations until you get the same values. Okay, here we got x1, here we got x2. You see here there are variations in the values until we get same value slightly in the 4th decimal place. If you see 1 or 2 number left, one greater than the other, then you could be stopping there. So here x2 we have got this value. So now again f of x2, that is in the same equation, substitute this value. So here I have kept that as it is, x value, that is here in this case it is 2.7405. So this is the new answer which I have got, that is 10 to the power minus 4. So minus 0.000127. Okay. So this is after second iteration. Now you see the third iteration, x3, that is again x2 into f of b minus b into f of x2 divided by f of b minus f of x2. So substitute the values whatever we have got in the second iteration, and after solving you are getting it as 2.7406. Okay. In the second iteration what we have got the value 7405, and here we have got it as 7406. Okay, it is slightly the same. Either you could be stopping it at this point and say that this is the answer, or else you could be continuing the iteration to check whether you are getting the same answer in the next iteration or not. Okay, so in this case I have got 2.7406. Again in the x value I am putting this value now, that is 2.7406, and this is the new answer I have got, that is minus 4.02 into 10 power minus 5, or simply write it as minus 0.00004. Okay. So after that again do the next iteration. After doing the next iteration, since we have got the nearly the same value, if you do that you would be getting the exact same value, that is x4, that is same thing. Until we get the same value you should be doing on the iteration. So here we got the same value, so stop it, and this would be our required root. So conclude it by writing that the required root is 2.7406. Okay. So this was the question. Hope it is clear how to solve using false position or regular falsy method. So let's get to the next question now. So this is the next question, 7b. Using Newton's forward interpolation, you should be finding the value of f of 38. Okay, given this table here with respect to x and y value sets, and this is the Newton's forward table you need to be following how to solve this problem. So Newton's forward Newton's formulas, we have two formulas mainly one is forward interpolation and backward interpolation. So for those two formulas we have different set of rules which you need to be following. So here they have asked for forward interpolation to find f of 38. Okay, so how to find that? Let us see. The steps are very easily you could be understanding how to solve it. So first thing you should be writing the Newton's forward table. Okay, that is for the given data here. First you do the columns x and y, write the values of x0. X0 is the first value, that is 40, followed by x1, x2, x3, x4, x5. Okay, all the x values you write it here, all the y values starting from y0. Okay, this is the y0, y1, y2, y3, y4, y5. Write it here. Now next is the delta. Delta is the difference between the corresponding values. Okay, or you could be calling it as a common difference. So here in this case you see here delta y0, delta y1, delta y2, delta y3, delta y4. Why? Because we have 6 y values, so that we would be getting 5 differences. That is, delta y0 is the difference between y1 minus y0. Okay, that is 204 minus 184, that is 20. Delta y1 is the difference between y2 minus y1, that is 22. 226 minus 204, that is 22. Then delta y2 is difference between y3 minus y2, that is 250 minus 226, that is 24, and goes on. Okay, now next is delta square. You should be doing this table until you get the final single value, or else if you get all the zeros, you should be stopping there. Until you should be continuing it. Okay, so here you see here the next table is for delta square. Again, that is delta square means the difference of the what delta values we have got. The same thing. So here it is, in this case it is delta y1 minus delta y0, that is 22 minus 20, that is 2. Then delta square y1 is the difference between delta y2 and y1, 24 minus 22, that is 2. 26 minus 24, 2. 28 minus 26, 2. So all the difference here you got here as 2. Okay. Now the next is delta cube. So if you see for delta cube, since we have all the values as 2, so difference between them is actually 0, right? So you could be stopping there, or you could be continuing, it's left to you. But here in the main formula, these two delta 3 and delta 4 are not valid at all. Why? Because I'm going to tell you until here it is valid. Okay, so this is, in this way you should be writing the forward table. Now this is the formula for Newton's forward interpolation. Before that you should be checking the step value, that is h. H is given by x1 minus x0, that is the difference between each values of x. That difference, common difference you need to be finding, that is 50 minus 40, so it is 10. So after 10 steps it is repeating, right? So that's why the value of h is equal to 10. So this is the formula for Newton's forward interpolation. It is given by yn of x is equal to y0 plus p into delta y0 by 1 factorial plus p into p minus 1 into delta square y0 by 2 factorial, and it goes on, that is plus p into p minus 1 into p minus 2 delta cube y0 divided by 3 factorial. Okay, like that it continues. So here in this case you see here up till delta cube only we have, so that's why you stop it at this point, where the formula for p is given by x minus x0 divided by h. Okay, x is the value which you need to be finding. In this case it is 38, right? They have told us to find f of 38, that is f of x. So here the value of x is 38. x0 is the first value which you have written in the table, divided by h is the common difference, right? So that you substitute, that is 38 minus 40 divided by 10. So we would be getting our p value as minus 0.2. That you substitute it in the formula and calculate our final y of x, that is y of 38 or f of 38. It is one and the same. So substitute that. Y0 is 184 plus p, that is minus 0.2. Delta y0 is the first value here, that is 20. Okay, then divided by 1 factorial is 1 itself, so now I have not mentioned it. Then plus p into p minus 1, that is minus 0.2 into minus 0.2 minus 1 into delta square y0 is 2 here, divided by 2 factorial is 2 itself. So 2 gets cancelled here, plus minus 0.2 into minus 0.2 minus 1 into minus 0.2 minus 2 into delta cube y0, here it is 0, right? So that's why here you see here this whole term would be getting cancelled because it is getting multiplied by 0. Only these many terms are left now. 184, though simplify this, minus 0.2 into 20 is minus 4, then plus minus 0.2 into minus 0.2 minus 1, that is in this case it is minus 1.2. okay, so minus minus plus, so 1.2 into 0.2 is 0.24. Then simplify this and you will be getting our final answer as 180.24. So this is for forward interpolation. Similarly, we have backward interpolation. So if the question arises, I am going to explain it to you all. Okay. So this was 7b, guys. Note it down. So this is the next question, 7c. So this question they have asked with respect to the Lagrange interpolation. So this is actually, it's a bit lengthy, but it would be taking a lot of time if they ask these kind of decimal value problems under Lagrange interpolation, because a lot of calculations and highly usage of calculator is there in this. But the steps are very easy, but it will be taking a long time to solve. Okay, so you see here, this problem I've completed only in 3/4 page. So here are some calculation steps. I've directly put it in the calculator and solved it, so that it took me very easy. You could do the same way in the exam also, but the high calculation is to be done, and you need to be very quick in this, okay? Because if you get stuck here, it would be very, very difficult to come back. And since we have here minor decimal points here, so there are high chances that you might be having some point of the problem, you might be getting some error, or you might be misleading it, okay? So you should be very, very careful by solving this. So this is a question mentioned here, that is, the following table gives the values of x and y, okay? So 4 values of x and y it's mentioned here. Also find y when x is equal to 8. That is, they have given the value of x as 8 using Lagrange formula. So here they have mentioned x is equal to 8. Write it first. Solution, this is the formula for Lagrange interpolation. So I will tell you how it is given. F of x is given by, first you see here, x minus x1 divided into x minus x2 into x minus x3 into y naught divided by x naught minus x1 into x naught minus x2 into x naught minus x3. So how this first part is written is, here they have not considered x naught value in the numerator part, okay? That is, after eliminating x naught, what all are the values left? x1, x2, x3. That is getting subtracted through x, that is x minus x1, x minus x2, x minus x3 into the first term of y, that is y naught, divided by, now in the denominator, which term we have not considered in the numerator, that along with the same terms are getting subtracted, that is x naught minus x1, x naught minus x2, x naught minus x3. Okay, so one by one for each term you should be doing it. So since we have 4 terms, so 4 different set of terms should be added up together, so that the interpolation formula would be completed for Lagrange. So this, hope you understood the first term. Similarly, now you, in this case, x naught we have not considered here. Now in this case you should be not considering x1. Rest all the terms you should be writing, that is x naught, x2, x3. In the numerator, subtract from x first, that is x minus x naught. X1 is not considered, that then x minus x2, x minus x3 into the second term, y naught is done here. Now here it is y1 divided by which term we have not considered, x1 minus x naught, x1 minus x2, x1 minus x3. Okay. Similarly, for third term, again the x2 term you should not be considering now. X naught, x1 and x3 you should be considering, that is x minus x naught, x1 and x3 into y2 divided by x2, that is which term we have not considered. Do that for the denominator part. Similarly, the fourth term, don't consider the final term and do the rest thing and multiply it with y3. Like that the formula would be completed. If you understand the formula very well, easily you could be solving the problems, but there are highly usage of calculator is there here. So now what I am doing is just substituting the value, that's it. Okay, so x minus x naught, x is, they have given it as 8. X naught here in this case is not x naught, sorry, this is x1, right? This term you should be considering x1. So x1 here is 4.1. Okay, just substitute that. X is 8, x2 is again 4.9. Okay, and write all the terms for all these 4 set of terms here, add them together up. So here I have not written the intermediate steps, that is here this term if you see, solve first. Okay, step by step this whole term you put it in the calculator together, and whatever answer you get, write it here. Here in this case I've got it as minus 22.976. For this whole term, write the answer as, here I've got it as plus 178.028. Here I've got this answer as minus 259.071, plus this answer I've got it as 132.752. Then add them up together, and this is the final answer we have got for f of 8, that is, they have told for x is equal to 8, right? So f of 8 I've got it as 28.733. Okay, so there would be some variation in the answer in the decimal places there, here and there, that don't worry, they would be giving you marks. Okay, if you get this number right, 28, they would be definitely giving you marks. So this was the problem related to the Lagrange interpolation. So hope it is clear. So that's all for the video, guys. We have solved, we have seen 3 important questions, that is 7A, B, C in this video. In the upcoming videos, we are going to see the upcoming questions. So stay tuned. like this video, subscribe to our channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon and share this playlist with your friends, guys. Okay, so they would be needing it. M2 exams are approaching near, so please do watch these solutions, and it would be very helpful to you guys. I guarantee it to you. Okay, so that's all, guys. Thank you.